a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
I'm Christina Kahn,
And I'm Leela Hilton.
and this is Burn Before Reading.
It's the podcast about shiterature
We're here to examine the terrible writing we did when we were younger.
and talk about other cringy literary topics.
Our guest today is Brooke.
Heyo.
Hey, Brooke, why don't you tell the listeners about who you are?
I am befriended of both of you.
It's true. I just remembered you are also on the first episode of this podcast ever.
I am on the first episode of this podcast ever. But you may have listened to it out of order, so I could also be among any of the first 3 eps you listened to.
You could be a stranger to everyone.
I will say, funny thing, I forgot to mention, we're talking about like your relationship to writing and stuff on the first. I forgot that I manage a team of writers and do technical writing as a living.
It's so funny because Mary Clay forgot that too. We asked her, we were like, do you write as an adult? And she was like, no, not really. And I was like, but isn't your job title copywriter?
Right.
And she was like, oh, yeah, that is writing,
Like,
isn't it?
I literally manage a team of writers. Like, that's what I do. I completely forgot
People
about
forget.
it.
It's like you said, Brooke, like when it becomes your job, it's just like not fun in the same way anymore. Like people don't think about, when we're talking about creative writing, day job writing is in a completely different part of people's brains.
I also think technical writing exists in a different part of people's brains. Like, it's a different application of writing than a lot of the stuff that's on this podcast, which is somewhere between creative and stream of consciousness writing.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. Well, you are a writer, my girl.
I guess so, if I must be.
Well, I was going to say we'll see about that, but we're talking about Leela's work this week. So, Leela, why don't you start? What's cringing you out this week?
What's cringing me out this week? Well, I guess I would say, so yesterday was Valentine's Day and the time that we're recording. So it was very nice, but I tried to take off. I had some like matte red lipstick on, which I wear all the time, and I was desperately trying to scrub it off because my eye makeup remover wasn't working, and I couldn't find my Vaseline in 2 seconds, so I guess I gave up. And so I wet a towel, barely, and scrubbed at my little lips, like as hard as I could, and it all came off, but then like I was sitting on the couch. It was fine, except until my lips started to really hurt. And then I took a look at myself, and I had, like, crazy, poofy, like, my husband said Jason said I looked like Anna Faris, like current Anna Faris.
Oh, I do not know what that looks like. That does not bode well for current Anna Faris.
Did you scrub your lips with, like, a jalapeno pepper towel? Like, were you prepping spicy
Oh my
things?
God, they make those? I've been looking for a jalapeno pepper
It really
towel.
brings the zing.
It really does. I looked like I had just done, like, the 2016 Kylie lip challenge. Like, I looked crazy. Like, I just got stung by a bee, and it hurt so bad. Jason spent all day lovingly making this, like, really good pot roast dinner and, like, a signature cocktail. And all of it was so salty or acidic that, like, it hurt my lips, and I couldn't really enjoy it. So basically, I ruined Valentine's Day.
I've only listened to a lot of this podcast. I haven't recorded it. But how many of these start with Leela hurting herself?
Oh, I think every single one so far.
It's let's say more than 3.
There was the one, I can name 3 right off the top of my head. There's the one where you fell down the stairs. We all heard that.
Yep.
Hey, Brooke, you were in the kitchen when Leela fell down the stairs, right?
Yeah, I was.
Did you hear her fart?
I did not hear the fart. I just
Okay.
It
heard
was
the
so
slam.
loud. It was booming.
It might have been that it was so loud that it just sounded like more falling down the stairs.
Probably. I remember
like,
it
boom,
echoed.
boom, boom.
Yeah, it sounded like the last step.
It was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Okay, there was that time that you boiled your tummy.
Oh, yeah.
There was that time that you ran directly into an ancient Roman town fortification in the ground. There was like a stick pointed outwards and you ran into it.
Oh, I forgot about that
So there's 3 just off the top of my head.
And then that's enough.
So a lot, actually, is the answer.
Yeah, I have ADHD. I have poor body awareness, okay? I'm working on it.
I actually love being... Okay, so one of my best friends, Emily, she's 6 feet tall. I love standing next to her because my little 5'9" ass is short next to Emily. Okay, I'm clumsy as fuck. But I stand next to Lelia and I don't look so clumsy anymore.
Yeah, I make you look good, bitch. I make you look adept.
I'm elegant as hell.
Yeah. You're basically like Christy Yamaguchi.
Oh, call me Christy.
Oh my god. Tina, what's cringing you out this week?
Well, I'll just do an injury since to make you feel better.
Thank you.
I mandolin vegetables every single day of my life, and mandolins are really, really scary, but I have learned to move around knives and blades with confidence.
Yes.
And I mandolin vegetables every single day because then they become chips. If I just keep telling my brain that a mandolin cucumber is a chip, sometimes I almost believe it. And for the first time ever, I mandolined my thumb, and I'm fine. It wasn't that bad. I think I literally think I realized it was happening as it was happening and like pulled my slice because it barely sliced, and I'm almost recovered. But I did mandolin my fingy.
Yikes.
And then I was like making the Michael Scott cringe face so hard. I was like, oh no, I knew it would happen eventually. Today's the day. And I had just gotten done talking my mom out of her fear of her mandolin.
Oh no.
But hers came with a blade-proof glove. I'm like, bitch, how are you going to be afraid? How are you going to be afraid if there's a glove that protects you?
I'm pretty sure they all come with that, Tina. So like, are you?
No, mine's really cheapy. It's not like a full. My mom's like had legs, like a collapsible table. Mine is like a utensil. It goes in the utensil drawer. It's really small. It definitely did not come with glove.
Okay.
Mine comes with like a little like hand protector that you can like stab into the vegetable and use it to move it along the thing, but not a glove.
That's what mine has, but I just don't find it works very well. Like it always just like shreds the vegetable. Mm-hmm. So I have like this elaborate system of like, depending on what I'm cooking, I'll like slice, and then I'll use the hand guard to nudge the carrot once more through the slicer if it's too short for comfort. So it does help me, not for its intended purpose. Usually when I keep baby carrots on hand a lot, and usually when I'm mandolining a baby carrot, I do half and then I eat the other half. Mm-hmm. Oh, Brooke, what's cringing you out this week?
Pooped myself recently.
Whoa! That is a really, so sorry, juicy cringe. Please tell us more.
Stop!
No, it's worse than it sounds, actually. Because here's the thing, like, okay,
is she willingly saying this on the podcast?
How,
I respect it so much.
How much am I gonna fill this in? What details are necessary to the story?
It's up to you.
Oh my god!
So here's the thing. I had just started my period, and you know. That's just a part and parcel for my body. I pooped real bad.
Same. Lelia, do you get horrible beginning of period poops?
Period poops are intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was standing in the kitchen talking to Michael, like on our lunch break. We take lunch break at the same time so we can like make a little lunchy together and have fun. And we're standing in the kitchen making lunch, and I trusted a fart. And
no, never trust a fart.
And literally
but
just
usually you can.
Pooped myself. And here's the crazy part about it. I was wearing a cloth pad, and so it, like, didn't, like, there was nothing to, like, you know, cloth pads, like, take a second to sink in. And it literally just shot up my back, down my legs, like, in an instant.
It was a blowout!
I literally just, like, stopped and had to look at my husband and be like, I guess I'm gonna go take a shower. I just shit my pants, like, really badly.
Wait, okay, I have a couple clarifying questions. First of all, thank you so much. You're so brave. I'm really grateful you brought this to us. Did it make a sound?
No, it was silent.
Okay,
it was just a lot.
So it wasn't like and then he was like, you farted, and then you were like, oh, actually, it's worse than you believe.
He didn't.
You had to tell him.
I had to like confess.
Cold from nothing.
Yes. Like from the middle of a conversation, just like watch my face fall and had to explain it. and then like waddle upstairs in my home to go shower. Fortunately, we use cloth diapers for my toddler, so I just threw it in there with the diaper laundry, but... So anyhow, that's the thing that happened to me lately. You're never going to get anything that good out of me again. I'm in a good mood.
What the fuck? That's the cringiest thing that could ever happen to anyone.
I'm
while you're
making
right eye contact with your husband, that's incredible.
Like mid-conversation.
He's like, yeah, and another thing, and you're like, I just gotta say that I did just shit myself.
Yeah, I do need to interrupt this conversation because I need to go wash my whole body.
And he's like, oh are you okay?
Okay, so did you shit yourself before or after lunch?
Like mid, like in the middle. Like we were prepping lunch.
Did you come back and finish eating lunch later?
You ate it at your desk.
I think I probably ate it at my desk in shame afterwards. Because, like, I was like, well, I guess I have to go shower. And he's like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go back to work. I was like, nope, have fun with that.
Okay. What was his reaction?
He made fun of me pretty relentlessly. As his
expression.
Like, right?
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. There's some men out there who would be really sweet and tender about it.
Not
and
my
it's
husband.
Worse.
That is not my husband.
Jason would be sweet and tender to me about it, and it's fine.
I think Sean would destroy me if I shat myself because that motherfucker's lactose intolerant. And I think it would feel... It's like once a year, Sean like trips and breaks something. And I'm like, look at this fucking clumsy idiot. Meanwhile, I throw my phone on the ground 3 times a day by accident.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah, this is certainly not like a standard part of my repertoire. I don't think this has happened in... I don't know, since I was a child, like probably.
Okay. So let this be a lesson to all of us. At any time, any of us could poop our pants. Brooke is one of the smartest, most capable people I know. It could happen to you. Yeah. It could happen to me. It could happen to any of us. Poop is right around the corner.
Well, I would also say like
there's the episode title.
One of the most like stalwart / like you can just summon stoicness too. Which is, like, an amazing thing. But, like, even, like, your least emotional, least hot mess friend, she can still shit herself. Now, I will say this, dear listeners, that Brooke has birthed a child, and that really fucks with
it did not come out of her butthole.
It came out of my belly.
I know, but it still fucks.
It didn't even come out of a neighbor.
Okay, but we
butthole.
were just talking about how when you're on your period, it affects your shits. So it's all kind of closely related. So let's give you. I think
you're giving Brooke too much.
Yeah, I think you are giving me too much credit. I'm also I'm not gonna defend my butthole in this situation. It really let me down.
We're fighting right now.
We're not talking.
Oh my god, this is the funniest thing. I think we should just make the whole episode about this. A second by second, play by play. Oh my god. Okay. I literally don't know how to recover from that.
We were not prepared. Thank you so much.
I just hope you know, Brooke, that when it finally comes for me, I'm going to be as honest as you were.
Thank you.
Oh my god. I don't know how we could recover from that, but damn it, we're going to try it. Listeners, I'm delighted to tell you that last week, our dear Lelia had a little birthday. How old are you, Lelia? 24? 25?
32.
Oh, you didn't have to answer that.
I don't think it's shameful. It's fine. I've loved my 30s so far.
Honestly, me too. I think it is a societal thing that's ingrained in my head where I think it's funny to joke about being younger.
Totally.
Also, my mom loves it. I love being like, Mom, you look so good for 36. And she's like, oh my God, it's so crazy how I'm 36 and my daughter's 32.
How does that work?
She loves it.
Ugh. I mean, sorry, my dad... not your mom. It's just that age gap isn't even, like, funny. You know, I'm like...
No, the age gap is sobering.
My mom is, I won't tell you how old, but she was more than 20 when she had me, so don't even worry, guys. Although, there's teen moms out there who are really crushing it, too. But, you know, she went to Catholic school, and she made it into her 20s before she had a baby.
Look at her go. Yeah.
Leela, happy freaking birthday, babe. We love you so much. We're recording this before, but we did have a birthday party for Leela, and the theme is...
Pop stars and divas.
Yes, girly. We always look for an excuse to do karaoke for Leela's birthday, so that's what we did this year. I guess head to our Instagram if you'd like to see some pictures of that. Leela, we have to get better at taking pictures together at events. For Valentine's Day, I went to find any picture we hadn't posted yet, and I must have been blackout drunk in that picture because I don't remember it at all. We both look really cute, and you're holding Taco Bell really high up. Like, I don't know what was happening in that picture.
I look like I'm fucked up eating Taco Bell, actually.
I think we were both pretty fucked up.
When was that from?
It was from Mia's Christmas party.
December 9th. I don't remember that picture. I don't remember that night, really, but I did have a date stamp on it because it was taken on a phone. Anyway, Leela, you have been talking about this something special you wanted to bring us for your birthday. Tell us a little bit about what you brought us today.
Sure. So I have kind of a multimedia type presentation. So I wrote this song. Well, we'll get into that later. But basically what I'm bringing you is an original song. It's called The Skin That I'm In. I wrote it when I was 9 or 10. And I recorded it with my band 24/7, just like God's love. And I also was lucky enough that my one of my uncles, I have 2 photographer uncles. One of them's a videographer, and my uncle Adam agreed to film and shoot a music video for me to this song.
That is so nice for an 11-year-old.
It's all throughout the city of Baltimore, which is where a lot of my family is. That's where he lives. So that's what you'll see. We're gonna link that video.
You can go to the show notes and you can click the link to go watch the music video on our YouTube.
Yep. And you're going to like it. And I hope I'm so embarrassed and ready to take part in this.
So what you're about to hear us reacting to is the music video. So if we're like laughing and stuff, it's because we're viewing something with our eyes that you too can view with your eyes. Are you ready, girl?
I'm ready.
Did
you share audio sound?
I don't know. Let me know if you can hear this.
No, I can't hear it.
Okay. Wow, that was a lot. Just that one.
That one.
It was before I got braces. Leave me alone.
The teeth were the least of the things I just looked at in that image, actually.
Okay.
Just wait for it.
Get
There's
ready.
A lot of hats. Okay.
Get ready. Did you say there's a lot of hats?
Oh, we starting with a full Britney moment. Leela, where did you get the extras from?
Leela. The hat is so strong. Oh my god. Okay, wait. We should have been counting hats.
I told you there were a lot of hats.
Oh my god, you're giving Nelly Furtado.
Oh wow, we went for a full Jesus moment. That's
yeah. Just playing a keyboard in the countryside.
That's my uncle.
No, not the hair behind the ears with the newsboy cap.
You still make that face, though. Like that exact face.
Keyboard solo.
The Activia spin.
praising, y'all. Her arms be praising.
My skin is true. The skin that I'm in is beautiful to you. And I don't need anyone but you, Lord, to tell me that my skin is true.
Just trail closed behind you.
24/7. Leela, Kevin, Eric, and Aaron. Okay. Wow. Okay. So here's what we're working with.
I'm so sorry. This is the font that we chose.
That's all right.
But, you know,
this makes perfect sense for the day and age.
Absolutely. Right?
It's like the I would call this opioid typewriter font.
Yes.
You mean fucking Moulin Rouge?
It's like even Moulin Rouge is like a little bit more like with it. Like there was a period of time where it's like, what if I was on drugs and using a typewriter? And that's this.
That's the font
That's
choice
also the
I
plot
went
of
with.
Moulin Rouge.
On drugs and using a typewriter.
Oh my god!
Okay,
it is.
so for those who don't remember or maybe missed Leila's last song episode, which was, oh my god.
You know that.
Hold My Hand.
Yep.
An episode with me, Leila, and Josh. We are looking at the what's it called?
Lyrics?
CD thingy.
Oh,
No, but
the
thingy that-
insert. Yeah.
The insert. The CD case insert that had the songs and lyrics on it. And it is in this very edgy typewriter font. Absolutely no capital letters in sight.
Oh, except for Lord in all caps. I'm just gonna highlight that.
Okay. Wow. And yeah, you, Lord.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You is also capitalized, even though Leila Hyman is not capitalized. She's holding it up. She's holding it up. So we will be posting this everywhere. On the Tumblr, for sure. On the Instagram, probably. Leila, tell us a little bit about this song.
Sure. So I wrote a lot of songs around this age for a long time. This song I wrote, I think, thinking back to my tiny little, 10-year-old mind or whatever the fuck, I think I was just feeling a little insecure because magazine culture was all the rage for a long time when we were coming
Tiger
of age.
Beat, Cosmo Girl.
And the girls in that magazine didn't look like me, and my skin didn't look as pretty, and, you know, it all kind of came down probably to me having acne, let's be honest.
It's hard. It's hard to have acne, yo.
It's tough.
I wouldn't know, but I've heard.
And, you know, at church, they told me, you know, Jesus loves you just as you are. And I thought, that's pretty cool. I guess I'll write a little bit something about that. So I think that's probably how this got written.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that all tracks.
Yep.
So you wrote this. Did you write the lyrics?
Yeah.
Oh, it says, so fucking stupid. It says right there, words and music by Leila Hyman.
Yes. So I did it all.
It looks like there's a co-musicking credit. Do not know how to talk about music. Don't know if you guys picked up on that. With Jake Nielsen, who we talked about in that Hold My Hand episode as well.
Yep.
If you want to give a little recap.
Sure, I'll do a little recap. Yeah, Jake helped me write a lot of my songs. Jake was my piano teacher when I was 5 years old, and he stayed with me despite all the brattiness and all of my absolute inability and an interest in learning anything music theory. Past like the very basics. I said, I don't really want to because like I just want to write my own songs and I can already do that. So like why would I learn math when I could
Sure.
Yeah,
I could do what I want. And he tried so hard, guys. He was so sweet and patient. But eventually around this age, like age 9 or 10 or 11, he went to my mom and had a talk and then they came back to me and were like, listen, Leila Claire, seems like you're really not interested in learning more piano or music theory. So let's just focus on songwriting and we'll focus on that. And I'll help you like make sure that you have good arrangements and like interesting chord progressions. Now, none of the interesting chord progressions are exhibited in this song. This is a really, really basic 4-chord structure. Yeah, he's helped me a lot and is a huge influence on me and all of my music and kind of like my life as well. So he was a great guy. R.I.P.
Oh, yeah. I love that we get to talk about him a little bit on these music episodes.
Me too. He deserves it. He was a really great guy.
So for the listeners, I just want to describe a little bit, or maybe Brooke, can you describe in a couple sentences like what we just witnessed with our eyes?
So we open on the beginning of the Hit Me Baby One More Time music video.
It is decidedly
ticking away in school.
Leela, who were those people? Did you know all the people that were in the...
Okay.
There are extras. There are a variety of mean high schooler girls.
So we filmed the locker, in the hallway high school music video, like all those parts on like a Saturday when no one was there. So all those girls are actually my Uncle Adam's, like, he's a professional videographer. He like films for like the Ravens and like TV shows and things.
That's cool.
And so they were like his like assistants and interns. And so he just asked them if they would mind like filming on a lunch break one day and like acting like mean girls.
Oh my God, I would totally do that for a kid following her dreams,
Yeah,
right?
same.
Hell yeah, I'll be bitchy in your music video.
We then progress on to a variety of shots that oscillate between a high school auditorium and gym and the city of Baltimore. We're in a bus. We're in a subway tunnel. We're on a hill overlooking the harbor. And in each of these scenes, understand that Leela is dressed differently and wearing a different hat.
Somehow they all of her outfits look exactly like Michelle Branch or Nelly Furtado.
Yes.
She's only doing those two looks.
It's just that. There was a whole country hat moment, cowboy hat moment with the fashion curl sides that we stuck to for a minute.
I call it like the scroll, the scroll.
Yeah, it looks
cowboy
like
hat.
a column. What kind of column is that? Ancient Greek column.
Corinthian? Is that a Corinthian column?
It's like the plainest one.
I think it's a Corinthian column.
Okay, I think it's Ionic. Corinthian, I think, is too fancy.
Too
I'm gonna check
fancy.
Ionic.
The only other one is like...
Yeah, that sounds
Ionic!
right.
Ionic! I don't know. Oh, yeah, Doric. What's
Yeah.
a Doric? Since we're
You're
here,
a
let's just
Doric.
see what a
No, that
Doric-
definitely was it, though.
It's just a
No,
straight
yeah,
up...
Doric's not.
Yeah, so
Doric
it was an Ionic iconic. And then smash cut to a field at dusk where Leela is spinning and playing the
Twirling.
piano. But, like, you weren't playing that piano, were you? Like, were you?
It
looked
was
like you
not
were
plugged
faking
in.
it. Yeah.
It was an electric keyboard, so there
Yeah.
was nowhere to plug it in.
Right,
Yeah,
yep.
so I was faking it.
Yeah.
You say she was in a field, but because everything else was imagery of Baltimore, I got the feeling that it was one of those moments where you are standing looking at the interstate and then you turn around and you're like, wait, it's kind of nice on this other side of the interstate.
The reason I say field is because at multiple times there was a trail closed sign immediately over her left shoulder.
It was, so the point was like, at the end of the video, trail's closed, but I'm like still walking down the trail. You know what I mean?
Jesus would hate that.
No, Jesus was a rebel, guys. We don't have to talk about that.
But you're endangering yourself. For what?
There's
It was
also just a
a
lot
couple
of
steps.
there's a lot of moments in this film. Film. This music video where you are clearly doing things that your, I'm sure, kind videographer uncle tried to instruct you through, and
Yeah.
you just didn't know how to physically use your limbs yet. You know what I mean?
No, I'm so
Totally.
awkward. Yeah.
Where he's
know-
like,
you know,
put your hands out. I'm gonna like zoom up your arms and stuff like that. It's gonna look really cool. And you're just like this, and it's just like stiff mummy arms. You know what I mean?
Like when you tell a kid to smile for the camera and they make the most horrific grimace you've ever seen in your life, and they're like, cheese.
Is this it?
And you're like, this is not organic. I did love the hands up twirling in a field Activia commercial moment. That was very funny.
great.
Very praise Jesus.
Yep.
I was also barefoot, so there's
No,
that.
Oh.
not on the side of 95 in Baltimore.
I think it was like some kind of park Uncle Adam took me to, so I don't know.
I believe you. A field of grass. Well, I don't know, man. I've city living for too long. I don't think I'd trust anything at this point.
No.
Everywhere you've ever been, someone or something has peed there. That's the rule of the ground.
The pee is the least of my worries. I'm worried about poop and Grass. I mean glass.
Glass.
Wait, grass is what I want.
Grass is fine.
Glass is what I don't want. I got confused.
They're so close to each other.
I'm just going to read some of these lyrics in case it was hard for you to hear the words during the song. I don't think this should take too long. All I hear now, I'm going to take breaks where I'm instructed to.
Okay.
All I hear now is just that judgmental crowd trying to bring me on down. They're thinking that money and a honey make the world go round. But when you take away the makeup and your honey is a fake up,
It's not a word.
look into your eyes and kind of start to think, well, what's in it for me?
Yeah.
The skin that I'm in is the skin that's true. The skin that I'm in was created by you. Oh. The skin that I'm in is beautiful to you. And I don't need anyone but you, Lord, all caps,
In all caps.
to tell me that my skin is true. To be seen on the cover of a teen fashion magazine. Well, I would probably scream because I love being me, yeah. Is there anyone out there who cares more about love in life than love in their hair? Oh my.
And then it repeats.
Leela, quick question.
Yeah.
How long do you spend on your hair these days? When you pop out the shower, what do you do to it?
I brush it, scrunch it, part it, and then I'm done.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Here's my thing. It's not like that is a very interesting dichotomy. Like, I want to know what was going on in your brain that you're like, well, I can love my hair, I can love my life. Those are the options.
I think it was like, is there anybody else who cares more about things than just your appearance? Which
Sure.
is so funny because anyone who knows me now knows that I think like maybe my biggest vice is my vanity.
Sure.
And
would agree.
Yeah.
This is actually an intervention.
Roll the tapes.
No.
We've prepared a PowerPoint. I have some questions.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that this doesn't make any sense. And like, here's the thing.
That was gonna be my first question too. This doesn't make any sense.
Like, songs often don't, right? They're more atmospheric, metaphorical. I get that.
Abstract. Yeah.
This is none of the above. It's like you heard of a concept and you just picked out words.
Yes. I think that's probably accurate. Like, I think I maybe heard Stacey Orico's There's Gotta Be More to Life.
Oh my God.
And
I have not heard that song in so long. That just...
Guess what else? She's a Christian artist.
I don't know who that is, but that song,
Yeah.
I remember it.
I was obsessed with her around this age.
What's her name?
This was Stacey Orico, Orrico.
That's not in my head. That's never been in my head.
So-
Wow.
Same. I,
So
again,
around
know the
this-
song, have no recollection for that name.
So I want to
Yeah.
say this song I probably wrote in like 2003 or 4. And around this time there was a real peak in Christian pop music.
Yes.
So there was a peak in all genres of Christian music, but especially at that time, my favorite band was a band called Zoe Girl. And it was just a girl group with 3 girls who did pop songs about how, like, they didn't need
All
anybody
named
else's
Zoe.
approval. Let's just
Were
say
they all
yes.
named
All
Zoe?
named Zoe?
No.
Oh, I
Well,
wish.
that feels like false advertising.
Well, Zoe means life. So
So their
But
name
all-
is Life Girl, and we're supposed to be more okay with that?
Yep, and guess what else means life? Hymen, my maiden name, which is
So weird.
still strongly vaginal.
Does
If you
anyone
want
else
to make a life, you have to destroy the hymen.
Does anyone else feel like name meanings are completely made up?
Well, in my-
no. You are first of all, your name is Brooke.
Yeah, it's
Does your
literal.
name mean a small stream?
It does. It's quite literal. My middle name is Catherine, which apparently means pure, but in what for what is an unanswered question.
So you may or may not realize that you're speaking to someone whose name is Christina. And so for me, the name meaning has always been right there.
Yeah.
it means someone who loves Jesus, which is so weird when you're atheist.
Yeah. For me, my last name, it comes from Hebrew. It comes from Chaim, like L'chaim.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
And so it is what it is. I mean, the kids at school didn't seem to understand, but
Yo, I am 32, and my grandpa's name was Hyman, and I still roast your maiden name. It's just funny.
True. Yeah,
that's why you changed it when you got married.
That's funny.
the thing is, at the last minute, I actually chickened out, and so my full name now is Lelia. My middle name is Claire Hyman, and then my last name is
Isn't that
Hilton.
what you did, Brooke?
Yeah, I have 4 names.
I think that's what a lot of people does. I think Alexis did that.
A lot of people do a 1-for-1 swap. They just swap out the last
I didn't
E.
want to lose my middle name.
I didn't want to lose my middle name either. Yeah, I was less concerned about maintaining my last name than I was keeping my middle name, but it felt really inauthentic to drop both.
You have that deal with your dad where he didn't have any sons, so you have to carry on the family name in podcast land.
Yeah, well, it's not that. That's not a deal I made with my dad. That's a deal I made with myself because I think that I think my maiden name, do I want to admit this?
What?
It's not important. It's just vain in that I think that my maiden name sounds better as a stage name than like my
I
married
totally
name.
agree.
But so it's like, it is really one of those things where I was like, I've always felt that like Brooke Catherine Matherly is like a strong as hell like name to be introduced in art and on stage. You know what I mean? So I keep it for performance and public facing appearance purposes.
I think this just goes down to that your name is a very personal thing. When I got married, and maybe it helps that I'm not planning on having children, but I was like, I'm not taking your fucking last name. Christina Watson? Are you joking me?
Yeah.
She's sleeping with the tennis instructor at the club, okay? Like, I'm not going to be a Christina Watson.
Yeah.
Christina Khan! Now that's a name. That bitch runs a podcast network.
I think at the end of the day, I just didn't want to lose the one tiny tinge of spice that I had left. Yes,
Girl.
that's all I have. I have Ashkenazi spice, and that is it.
I know. You and I both have that thing where we're really boring white girls, so we love to talk about how we have Jewish family.
Yeah,
it's like
we're
all
really
we have.
boring little half Jewish on the wrong side girls.
Yeah, our dads.
God damn it, Dad.
So, I want to know, because this is the typed version of these lyrics. And as we already mentioned, the only capitals are anytime you say you, Y is capitalized, and then Lord is in all caps. When you were writing this originally, and I'm assuming a journal or notebook, was this the way you wrote that?
Probably not. My momager was responsible for writing up all of my...
Sorry, mad respect to your mom for doing that, but the phrase momager cringes me.
I mean, but she was. But
I guess that makes sense when your kid's 11.
Yeah, yeah. So she did all of this work, and I think in a lot of Bibles, the Lord is like will just randomly be in all caps like that. Like,
yeah, it sure will.
It nowadays like feels like screaming.
Yeah.
So,
Well, do you know what it looks like to me? Have you ever read a screenplay?
Yeah.
And that's a character name?
Yeah, when characters are in screenplays, I think so that you can, as an actor, read for what you're supposed to be doing better. All the names are always in all caps. So it's like, enter, Lord, stage right. Like, that's what it looks like to me.
Except in this instance, it would be enter Lord right on top of my head. I'm reaching my arms out. Please descend.
And
Brooke, I have a question for you. What is we already talked about your history as a writer. Have you even dipped a single toe into music writing?
Yeah.
Oh?
Yep. I have so many songs from when I was younger. I took voice lessons for a really long time. I did a lot of musical theater. I have, as you might hear, a really deep, nice, rich alto. I was super popular in my a cappella group because I could sit in the back and just in
your a cappella group only.
Right. And then
same.
And then I got every character that talks like this in a musical. So
Oh my god, same.
yeah.
Okay.
And then bar wenches.
Yes.
All bar wenches. That's more of a body type thing.
I'm not getting cast as a bar wench.
Yeah.
I'm getting cast as somebody's mom.
So, I mean, I also was in a cappella groups, and you would not believe it listening to this, listeners, like to this sound that just occurred to your ears, but I actually am like a pretty low alto as well. And so I always get the low notes.
Yeah.
What am I, guys?
I would probably say you're an alto
Not a
as
singer.
well.
Not a singer is what you are.
If you could sing.
Hardcore, not a singer. I can start real low. You raise me up.
That's
Okay,
still
match
not that
pitch,
low.
bitch. Match pitch, bitch.
I feel like Tina Belcher.
Brooke did it.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm really tone deaf. Guess what? I wrote songs too, and I'm gonna sing them to you. I don't have recordings. I'm gonna sing them to you, and it's gonna be bad because I am extremely tone deaf.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So
just don't got
Leela,
it.
speaking of your early singing, I'm so proud of you that you learned to do vocal runs because you were trying here, but that was not successful.
Is a run when you are like going up and down?
Yes,
I
I think
was about to do an impression.
It's the
Think like-
Mariah Carey end of a
Yes.
song.
Or like Christina
Okay.
Aguilera.
Yeah.
Like
It's like the vocal version of when you sit down at a piano and you'd be like,
Yes.
sure.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, well, I didn't really learn how to do them correctly until I got to high school, and my best friend Ray Vaughn heard me singing backstage and said, "You should join the gospel choir." And then after I joined the gospel choir as like, you know, the token for the first time my whole life, I really humbled myself and learned so much. And
That's awesome.
Because of that, I think it made me a much stronger singer. This was, let's just say, pre-gospel choir.
Very chaste white girl.
Well, I mean, to your absolute fucking credit, vocal runs are really hard to learn how to do properly. Like, you are actually hitting an intentional series of notes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it's not just like
a
noises
slur.
up and down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. A vocal
Ooh, Usher
slur
was doing
or
that at the
blur.
Super Bowl.
He was.
He was doing amazingly, actually. Like, we all
I know.
watched him, and he hit all the notes. And I think like they always do kind of pride themselves on having those live vocals during the Super Bowl, and
Usher, baby.
it was
He was killing it.
amazing.
Dude,
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people are throwing a lot of shade on this, but Alicia Keys' first note was so bad that I
Hey.
loved it. I was like, you can only go up from here. The rest of her performance was absolutely stunning. And it was like, yeah, man, this is live music.
Yeah,
Sometimes you just
confirmed
whiff.
live. Yeah. I will say, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't listen to that much modern music. I feel like societally we've dropped the yeah as a punctuation mark in music.
It is like,
Well-
well, what's in it for me, parentheses,
It goes,
yeah.
and then line break.
What's in it for me? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I love being same thing. Love being me. Yeah. There's just a lot of like,
me. Yeah.
you know, like that was used to be like the way that you ended a sentence in a
I
song.
guess so.
Yeah. Well, I think that song lyrics are so much less of a thing than they used to be in terms of like listeners caring, because we used to get the CDs
Yes.
and you would open them up and all the lyrics would be there and you would only have that one CD and you were only listening to that one CD and you were like, I'm going to learn all these songs because this is my CD that I paid for. And so I used to read all of my CD inserts, and now I only look up the lyrics to a song if it's like a rap and I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? Or if it's something I'm like intentionally trying to learn, you know what I mean?
Or if I
Yeah.
hear something egregious. I listen to a lot
Egregious.
of Drake because I just like his music. You can
it
mark
was her
that.
first dance at her wedding.
It was best I ever had was our first dance at
It's
my
so
wedding.
cute. Her husband also can't dance. It was the cutest thing I've ever
No,
seen.
he could not, but I love him anyway. But so it's like I'll have it like playing on in the background, and every now and then my brain will like tune into it, and I'll be like, "The fuck did you just say?" And I have to go look it up because it's that ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's
Most-
a line in Drake that's like, you know, a wise man once said nothing at all, and then he just pauses for a few seconds, and you're like,
Shut the fuck up, Drake.
it's like enough. It's enough that you end up looking at it and being like, huh, I guess I want to look at all the lyrics because I can't believe I just heard that, and what else am I missing?
So I recently looked up lyrics because I looked up the lyrics of Megan Thee Stallion's diss track and then Nicki Minaj's clapback track
Yep,
because I was like, musically Megan Thee Stallion's is far superior.
Yeah.
I wonder if lyrically it's also far superior. surprise, it was. Nikki's was super embarrassing. She should be embarrassed.
No,
but
it's
we should do
Nikki's whole thing right now is
episode about that.
really
That's
bad.
writing.
Yeah.
You shot yourself in the foot. You shot yourself in the foot. And it's like, well, stop associating yourself with pedophiles.
Woo! Okay, we should do an episode about that exchange.
Yeah. And then also I would like to discuss, Leila, what's up with the teen fashion magazine line? Because it seems like the whole song, you're like, you shouldn't care about your looks because God loves you as you are, and like just say no to the naysayers and rest calmly in the light of the Lord. And then you end this with, but if I could be on a teen fashion magazine, I'd be fucking stoked.
It's supposed to read as, if I was on a teen fashion magazine, I would scream because I prefer to be me.
Okay.
Oh, you would scream bad.
Bad
not
scream.
good.
Scream bad.
Bad scream. Okay. Well, I would probably scream. Okay.
Yeah.
Bad scream.
Because I love being me. Okay. Are we implying then that were you to be on the cover of a teen fashion magazine, the camera lens steals your soul? You no longer cease to be you? Like,
it's like, wow, what a beautiful picture of Tyra Banks. And you're like, no, that's Leela. And everyone's like, what?
Right.
I think it's like, oh, you would get photoshopped and done up so much that you wouldn't even look like yourself. I think was probably my little 11-year-old brain.
Wow. And Tyra Banks did do that to other women.
Did you wear makeup in this music video?
Of course I did.
Okay, so
I don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about.
Dude, there is nothing more hypocritical than being like a teenager, a preteen.
I will say,
it's the most hypocritical person you can
I
be.
did not know what to do with my hair yet, which will become clear if you watch the
bushy.
music video.
It was. I'm so sorry to say this.
It's okay.
It was giving Chamber of Secrets. From
I knew you were going to say that. It's okay. Because it was.
Flat on top, as if has been wearing hat, which you obviously wear. There's a lot of evidence of that. And then really bushy towards the bottom. You brushed it, didn't you?
Yeah, it seems like a dry brush scenario.
It does. My mom really didn't have hair that was curly like that either. And I think even despite that, back in 2004, I don't think there were a lot of good tips of what to do with curly hair. I was like, what if you just globbed on a bunch of crunch gel?
The scrunch crunch gel.
Yeah.
My mom did that hard.
I didn't use it because I have pin straight hair, but I was best friends with Alex, and Alex was a real cruncher scruncher.
Crunchy girl.
Because she has like ringlets, you know what I mean? The other thing is that I just want to call you out for a second for hating women, because we go into the like, all right, the judgmental crowd. They're thinking that money and a honey make the world go round. Okay, you've named two things there: money and then I guess a pretty girl, right? But then they're like, and when you take away the makeup and your honey is a fake up, those are two comments on the supposed honey. And you don't address the money situation at all. You're like,
at all.
You're like, you can still be rich, but I hate the girl you're dating.
I think I don't know what I'm talking about money. But when I say honey, I'm talking about boys.
You're talking about a boy. Oh,
yes.
So you're speaking to women.
Yes.
Who are like, hey, you think if you've got money and
a man,
a hot dude, but then you take away his makeup?
No, when you take away your makeup, the makeup, and your honey is a fake, he's a fake. So, I think I just needed a way to rhyme.
You're saying if you wash your face and realize your boyfriend is made of cardboard, it's a good thing you've still got the money?
Yeah, and then like, oh my god, we have no money, and he's a fake up. Look at him, he's a classic.
But you don't address the money. At no
this
point
is pre-Twilight even. So like I'm like, I was about to say. I was gonna say like a cardboard cutout of Jacob of Edward from Twilight.
Oh my god, Jacob rhymes with makeup.
But it was honey before is a Jacob. Well, Jacob that one.
2004 happened so long ago that Twilight was just a little twinkle in Stephanie Meyer's eyes. Okay, so
I can't stop thinking about. I know that this song is not from Glee, but I forget the name of the song and the original artist. But Diana Agron, or whatever the fuck her name is, sang it in Glee. That song that's like, In the morning I wake up and then I put
the artist is
on
Aretha
my
Franklin.
makeup. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, because it's Say a Little Prayer. That's the rest of the song. I literally only had that couplet in my head and I was like, what is this?
Or maybe Dionne Warwick. Anyway. Yeah. I didn't know. No, I didn't know about that song yet either. This was 2004. Okay.
No, I know. I'm just saying there's other stuff that rhymes with makeup.
There are
Like
wake up and Jacob.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time to wrap it up. Does anyone have any last thoughts about the skin that I'm in?
I used to this was my hit song. So
what does that mean?
So
in concrete terms, what did that give you?
Okay, so I had mild success touring around Virginia as to different church youth groups, events and things. And this song people would cheer for and love and dance to and clap. And this would make people buy the CD. Can you believe it? Like, this was a time in 2004 where people heard this song and they said, this is so catchy. Like, I need to buy this. And
how many
isn't
CDs
that crazy? I grew to hate it. I hated it because I wrote it when I was so young. But people, when I wouldn't include it on set lists, people would chant it. They would, skin that I'm in, skin that I'm in. And I'd be like, fine.
Were you paid in money for these events or in like old lady tea sandwiches in a church?
You know, I think it was a little bit of both, Brooke. I think we were paid in articles, like they would write some church articles about us, and then like also give us
pay them in publicity.
Yeah, and then also they would write like they would pay us maybe $100, split between all of us.
Okay, and then who kept the money from the CD sales?
Definitely my mom.
Good for her.
Was it deposited into like a college fund or something? Like
I'm sure that it was.
What went to it?
I don't know that we sold enough to really merit anything significant, but we definitely sold, I would say, at least 50. So
I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission.
Okay.
I think we need to post this on all the like historic Virginia Facebook groups. I want one person that bought this CD as a teenager who is who's not affiliated with you directly, who still has it. I want to find them.
Me too.
I'm gonna start posting on Reddit. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, like
Virginia
anyway.
Historical Society, please. Okay, it is time to move into our classic BBR game. I'll ask you first, Leela. Do you think this piece is horny, sad, or just plain bad?
I think it's just plain bad. I was horny, but I had not gone through. I mean, wasn't. I don't think that's present here.
It's that Tuck everlasting horniness.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's just horrible. It's a terrible song. Even by the time I was like 12 or 15, I hated the song. I hated how lazy the rhyme schemes were. I hated the lyrics. I wanted to write about more deep things, and I hated it immediately. And it always felt like a burden that I was saddled with and that I had to play.
God, it's so funny because you're talking about it like you are a world famous touring musician.
But
like
I
went to see Jimmy Eat World and they didn't play the middle and everyone was really pissed. And then I had to Google it to find out that they hated that song.
Totally.
Like that's what this vibe is.
But it wasn't the middle. It was the skin that I'm in.
The skin that I'm in. All right. Brooke, what do you think? Horny, sad, just plain bad?
This song feels profoundly sad to me. Like, it feels like a young girl who's like, I want to be pretty, but I've been told that that's vanity and it's going to destroy me. You know what I mean? Like,
especially knowing you now and knowing that that is something that is a big part of who you are, as in a fully realized adult. It is sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I get sad vibes from this of someone who like either desperately wants to be loved by the Lord, but actually just wants to be able to like express herself freely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was more that. Like, I think that I pretty much from the beginning, I began to, probably right around this age, I began to realize, like, looking around me, that I just didn't have the emotional reaction to Jesus that like everybody else did. And this was probably like a desperate attempt for me to like show that I did have that attachment, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's sad. I go sad.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thanks, Brooke, for joining us and like agreeing to roast me because, you know, most people are like too scared I'm going to cry. So like I really appreciate that.
I've seen you cry too many times to care.
Exactly.
You're a true pal, Brooke.
No, it's been a blast. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. That's it for Burn Before Reading.
Until next week, remember,
your cringe is part of you.
But only a small part of you.
This podcast was created by me, Christina Kahn.
Hosted and produced by Christina Kahn and me, Leela Hilton.
Follow me online at Christina Kahn and buy my book, Indie Book Publishing from start to finish.
After you bought Tina's book, follow me online at Leels for Reels.
Our theme music was produced by Sakura Wishes.
And our logo was designed by Michael Hardison. Follow Michael on Instagram at RoyGBiv or check out his work at wildlingpress.com.
Thanks for listening, friends.
See you next time.
Dave X Media.